I'm Doug Sarava, and I'm here to inspire you on faith, life, and death. Welcome to another episode of Faith, Life, and Death. I'm Doug Sarava. How can anybody in their right mind follow Jesus and then turn back to the sinful world? That is the question I start with today, my brothers and sisters. And now it's time to get into the book before I get into my words, my thoughts. Examine yourself. How could anybody in their right mind follow Jesus and then turn back to the sinful world? Who other than the insane would rip off a parachute, knowing that they must jump 10,000 feet? The answer is obvious. Those we commonly call backsliders aren't followers of Jesus at all. They didn't backslide because they didn't slide forward in the first place. They didn't just look back, they went back to the world. These are false converts with stony and thorny hearts who fall away in a time of temptation, tribulation, and persecution. How can we make sure we are genuine in our faith? The key is to make sure that we are fit for the kingdom of God. The word fit in the Greek means ready for use. We need to make sure that we have genuinely repented with no concealed or secret sin in our hearts. Such are those with good soil, those who have the seed of the gospel fall on a good and honest heart. Soul search. Am I hiding secret sins and deceiving myself? Father, search me today and see if there is a wickedness in my heart and lead me in the way everlasting. Examine yourself. For most of us, I'm sure we all say, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian. I definitely follow Jesus. But do those words truly matter if our actions show the opposite? Do those words matter? So I ask you a few questions. How do we treat our fellow parishioners? How do we treat our fellow brothers and sisters, our fellow neighbors, our fellow citizens, our enemies? This is a world filled with hate, racism, anger, political animosity. I could go on and on. But how can we say we are followers of Jesus Christ if we do the complete opposite? That is the message I have for you today. How are we going to call ourselves a Catholic if we don't believe in the word forgiveness? Many of us, we hold grudges. It could be for 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 15 years, 20 years, where animosity builds up. And that's where division comes along. There's divisions in families, divisions in politics. That's why there's so much hate and anger and division in this world. Because we can't just grow up and move on. There are people who have hate, people who have racism, anger in their hearts. That is the problem. Most of us, whether we're Catholics or Christians, we seem to forget that the point of being a Catholic, a Christian, a follower of Jesus is to love. Not just the people who respect you, but the people that hate you, mistreat you. Think about that for a moment. Are we calling ourselves followers of Christ, but are going out to the world and spreading rumors, spreading hate, spreading lies, spreading division? Are we followers of Jesus, but do we hate people? That is the question. We can say we believe in God, we believe in His Son, we reject Satan. But do those words matter if we don't put the action into it? We could say I'm a Catholic, but if I'm a Catholic, would I hold a grudge for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? We could say I'm a Catholic, but if I'm a Catholic, would I walk right past the homeless? We could say I'm a Catholic, but would I be a Catholic if I spread rumors, spread lies? I understand those are difficult temptations, weaknesses of all of us. But we have to seek that change. We have to seek that change of heart. We have to seek that forgiveness. How can we call ourselves followers of Christ when we do the complete opposite of what it means? How dare us? And I'm not pointing anyone out, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, because none of us are perfect. But we have that opportunity to seek change, to seek a difference. We have that chance from God. We have to go out and seek it. And that's why that's a very important question to start off this book, this meditation of examine yourself. How could anybody in their right mind follow Jesus, then turn back to that sinful world? How can we say we follow Jesus, but we still have hate in our hearts? And actually at Mass today, the first reading had a special line that truly stuck out to me. And it was a reading of Sirach 27:30, 28:7. If anyone nurses anger against another, can one then demand compassion from the Lord? And another line, remember the last things and stop hating corruption and death, and be faithful to the commandments. We have to do what God tells us to do, especially if we want to consider ourselves followers of Christ. Because as long as we do those things, have hate, have anger, racist in our hearts, just pure evil, we cannot consider ourselves followers of Jesus. Because if we consider ourselves a follower of Jesus, and we have so much hate, anger in our hearts, we truly aren't following Jesus. We have to seek that change in here. And once we do, the world and our lives will be so much better. Because with Christ's love, nothing is impossible. May God bless you all.